Tell me, tell you, tell we, tell bro. Hey everybody, this is the Jeremy Redman, because I'm not good enough to just have Jeremy Redman. We crossed 2,000 and we have 2,013 subs. Dude, congratulations, me. Today, I had an interesting thing happen at the company, and it was the true difference between no-code solutions and code solutions, or engineering. And I wanted to go in depth just a tad bit, just a surface level in depth. And I want to show the difference between what we're doing here. We have screenshots here of a LinkedIn flow that we were building with our automation tool, okay? And the question came up if I could just embed a form that I built in, say, Typeform or Airtable forms or whatever kind of form builder that there was. And I can build it with simple conditional logic. You can embed it, and then you can send it to Airtable or whatever base that we use, whatever, like from our database. I tasked this with Kyle, who is a great, wonderful engineer who leads our engineering team. Amazing, wonderful person, love him to death. And he coded a great form, right? A great form. And this is what the form looks like. It even has, which you would like, it even has like a simple yes, no, like visual tree, right? This I don't think you can do in form builders. I don't think so. If I Google form builder conditional logic tree visual. Hayflow. Let's see. More than just a form builder. Oh my God, there are so many. There are a million of these, okay, out there. And I don't really know about this one. There's a good one out there called, Tallyflow or Tally Forms. And the founder and I have gone back and forth. She's amazing. And this one's a really good flow builder. Airtable integration. She's done such an amazing job. You've done such an amazing job. We should have her on here to talk about this. And anyway, so we'll take something like this, right? Does this have trees, like decision trees, right? If yes, do this, whatever. I'm getting too far in depth now. In the time it took me to explain all of this, I could have had a form built. Boom, free without limits, unlimited forms, form logic, calculator, hidden fields. And this is a completely bootstrapped company. This is amazing. Spice things up with pro, collaboration, no tally branding. Okay, smart. Custom domains. Maybe we'll move all our forms to this. I'm going over all this functionality and just tally. The number one, and I'll probably use this because there's a couple things I don't like that I use Typeform. And Typeform is very Typeform, right? You understand what Typeform is. If I can go to Typeform here. Okay, so we have so many workflows, pieces that we've done, managed workflow. I built this form here. This is what we originally started with, like last fall or something like that. I forget what it was. I built this form with all of these questions. Look at this. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 48 questions. All right. I have GIF embeds here, right, that make it look dynamic and fun. And then we embed this into our builder. And what we do is, like, I can now go in here as a non-technical person who doesn't code, and I can change the questions, change the GIFs here, the animations. I can change the conditional logic, right? Let's zoom out here and look at all this conditional logic here. Whoa. Look at all this. So I was able to build all of this. If you click this, then it goes here and goes to these three things. Like if you can just zoom in and see all of these possibilities. This took me some time, okay? But this took me a few hours, a couple hours, okay? And Kyle was building this amazing, beautiful form that looked like this. This took Kyle Not the full days, but like 2 days. And the second thing is hilarious, that this gets sent in an array. He built this, right? LinkedIn flow, and he's going on this over and over, okay? So there's this flow, there's this screen, right? And this is kind of how it looks embedded in our builder when someone's gonna set up a template for an automation. So we're building a lot of this stuff for him, or he's building this for some of our customers that wanna run a LinkedIn automation, and we're trying to figure out and attach it to our backend by typing. This is called an array, and this is how, when he engineers a form, it comes through as data like this, right? As you can imagine what an engineer is doing. Now, we couldn't get this form data to just go directly to an Airtable base, right? So we would open up our Airtable base. So we have this LinkedIn automations base here, okay? So normally when I would make a form, or I would make it in Tallyform or Typeform, I would just connect those fields and push it to a Google Sheet or an Airtable base in this instance. And Kyle was able to quickly push the email and the URL and their unique IDs and a link to the form that they filled out, okay? But not directly push each individual field to a respective column in an Airtable or a Google Sheet. You can do that with like out-of-the-box form builders. So to sum up all of this, I built something that had just as good, almost as good conditional logic in 2 hours from scratch, what took Kyle 2 days to do, okay? And he's a great engineer, but building a form from scratch, and we're using like some third-party libraries to quicken that process as well, but to illustrate the difference, because now Kyle needs to go in and engineer how to take that JSON array, I'm pretty sure I'm saying this correctly, and then push it field by field, okay? So like right now it's in a 2D array, which is kind of what I showed you. Way too technical of speak for anyone listening to this, I'm guessing. But now he would need to build something that went from that form to Airtable or Google Sheets properly. We don't have all that time. Now I go back to 3 days ago and I go, we should have just embedded this. And that is the dynamic. It becomes, how do you meld no code solutions where I, as a small team, we are a small team, less than 10 people. And it really helps when you can have no code solutions inside of technical assets. It just does. If I can embed a form and it looks completely native, that's why I don't love Typeform, because it straight up looks like a Typeform and you're doing a Typeform. So it doesn't really fit the brand at all, but it's fine. You can make it like you can fit the background color and you can do things like that. And this is what this looks like, by the way. So you go and you can click out. Oh, cool. So that's what that looks like. So then what I do is I come here and I take this and I go, and I say, at Kyle, this is what the link inside the Airtable, just FYI. Okay, so he has that, okay? So now he has that, but that's what that goes to, and he needs to polish this up still. He still needs to polish this up. And I could have had all of this done in 2 to 3 hours, what would probably take him 2 to 3 days. Let's hear it. Yeah, it's not pushed. Once that route is live, it'll work. Oh, okay. He better watch this. This is a good engineer. He's a great engineer. No, not a lot of people could build what we're building. But if you're gonna build something from scratch and it has custom logic from scratch, it's like building your own app. You shouldn't have to do that. Just use Tally Forms, Typeform, Airtable form. Whatever it is, it can go right there. Now it becomes, can you meld them together? Like I said, marry them together. How can you use them both combined? We do it in two ways right now. Some of these forms I can make and he can embed and I can attach to other things. So he can focus on the hard problems, right? That's where we kind of go, I'm world class in this, he's world class in that. I think between the 5 of us, we can actually make a $1 billion company with one of my goals is to build a $1 billion company with single digit employees. That'd be fun. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. How does code and no code fit together? I don't know. You let me know, and then we'll go from there.